Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I'm playing Metroid Fusion. I've been assigned to watch over Biologic's research. Is the company called Biologic? But it's quite a good name actually. So I once again found myself on the surface of SR388. This is Samus, who I nearly called Metroid then, whose job as a bounty hunter doesn't really make sense. She's more of a mercenary. In fact, she is a mercenary. So alright guys, I know how to deal with this. I know the local fauna. Ah shit, no she doesn't. It turned out it was a yellow blob. It's there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It will soon become known as X, I think. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. I knew. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. Shit. And she died. Finn. End of series. Oh shit. Ship did actually blow up. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologic's vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then, someone found a cure. They didn't invent it or discover it. They were just clearing out an old cupboard. And like, oh, look at this. We found a cure. Brilliant. It's the cure for a common cold, but it'll work. They proposed using the Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X Parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. Continue. Ah, it's a cool new look. It's a woman as well. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived. Reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realise I owe the Metroid hatching my life twice over. Which I believe is in reference to, I want to say Metroid 2, but I'm not certain. Maybe Super Metroid, one of them. We'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. Docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biological Space Labs, or BSL research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexpected explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I'm being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt, computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of me taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. Like all Nintendo games, the canonical story of Metroid is baffling and confusing to comprehend. Or I think specifically, nearly every single game in the series takes place between like Metroid 1 and Metroid 2. The first 2 games of the series. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X Parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate. Quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You're still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the nav room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. This was unique for a Metroid game in that it very much started out with like a mission-based structure, almost. Okay, so I can jump and I can shoot, and using shoulder button I can shoot diagonally up or down. Nope, there's clearly something hidden there, but that's for later. Yeah. Look at my platforming skill. It's immense. And I fucked up. Speed run over. Cancel it. Start it over. I don't think there'll be any enemies for a little while yet. This game had quite a slow build up to it, if memory serves. Bioscience, I confirm, be careful. Now there'll be enemies. Horrifying enemies. Look, it's dark. I can't get through that door. So this is the first time I played a Metroid game on this channel, and that surprised me. I was utterly convinced that I had played Zero Mission at some point, but apparently I haven't. So I'm gonna remedy that, starting with this one. This isn't a full playthrough. My intention is to do like 2 or 3 episodes. Oh shit, the X. I think I absorbed that, and I can't remember what happens upon absorbing that, if it's worthwhile. Wait, is this a dead end? No, this is the quarantine bay. So, I think it's showing something broke out. It's weird, the controls are quite in fluid, rigid, words like that. I'm sure something was meant to happen when I absorbed that bit of the X, but nothing did. What am I missing? This is unfortunate news. The specimen brought back by the field team was infected by X Parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. I've misread that. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned 1. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You're almost killed by an X infection. Yeah, only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. Seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it's also changed your cellular makeup. You'll never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. Yep, restore latent abilities. Okay. Gives you an almost Mega Man style upgrade system where killing mainly bosses and like mini bosses is what gets you your upgrades. We must keep the X out of the breeding environment at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our last chance to exterminate them. You're only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Yes. Well, no, actually. But alright, fine. Look for the blinking hatches. So, I didn't look at the map at all. Yeah, we'll go up. So we're on a research station, which is infested and overcome with X. and our ship has control of the station, including doors and some amount of sensors, but for some reason it refuses to really help me in any fathomable way. Yeah, I'll save it. Fuck it, why not? Treat myself. I haven't played this game enough to know there's a good reason why they're not just like nuking the station from orbit. I presume that blob thing down there is that I just killed, the kind of zombie looking one, was a scientist of some sort, like a human on the station, and it didn't go well for them. I've received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies. Beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. Data room is here, next to a lot of other rooms. Is it? Yeah, it's clear. My chance of survival is doubled with missiles. That's massive, quite frankly. I feel they should just have, you know, sent me here with them. Oh, that computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CEO I served under the name Adam Malkovich. He called me Lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect, and with some irony, I named the computer after him. I think Metroid Other M is about that relationship. I've never played it, but as far as I'm aware, everyone hates it. Right, I think there's a mini-boss fight in this quite large room. Not yet, but eventually I think there is one. Recharge room. I had nothing to recharge. Save room. Just gonna save it purely because I'm here. I had a hell of a time getting this cartridge to work, which is surprising because it was in fine condition, and GBA cartridges, they're normally pretty good, and I had no save data on it, which is not a great sign because I know for a fact it's cool, doesn't it? I had at least one save game on here, so I'm guessing the cartridge is in a bad state, meaning that it's unlikely to freeze at any time, but if I quit playing, it'll probably delete my progress. Alright, I've got missiles now. Nice. 10 of them. Imagine what I can do with 10 missiles. I could kill as many as 10 enemies. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way out, another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge bioscience. I hope your missiles will work. To reload missiles, yeah, okay, that's fine. All is there. Oh, gosh. Now, find the way to the target. So, I'm thinking either I go up in this room and find a way out, or more. Oh shit! Yeah, it's probably just shoot that red thing. There was that kind of organic ball in my way earlier. Nailed it. Well, there was also a red door up here. I'll never get to that. Not with my current jumping abilities. That noise is going to get tiresome, isn't it? Really? Give me that refill. Hang on. I used 3 missiles to kill it, plus 1 more, taking me down to 6. And it gave me 2 missiles back. What a dick move. See a broken wall. Ah, Metroidvanias. Glorious. You see the X like run in and like animate that goo? I'm not sure if it's possible to absorb the X before it does that. A missile tank. Nice. First of many, one hopes. Bastard. I knew there was going to be something in here, because, you know, these sort of rooms don't exist for no reason. Will he always respawn? Fuck you. Really cool premise for a game, this. Well, I mean, it's been done before. It reminds me of Prey. Was it Prey or Prey 2? It was called Prey, the one that came out recently. I quite like the fact that they give you the like the computer telling you what to do to start with, but it doesn't last. Like that disappears after a little while. Alright, fuck you too. Alright. So this is proof that I couldn't have picked up the yellow thing when it came at me, because I tried to grab the one that was animating that, and I couldn't. Hey, open your eye. I don't know what like sets that eye opening off. Is it timed or what? So what was that red I just picked up? That had to be something. I thought it would be a power-up, but it wasn't. Alright, this is a boss fight room. Definitely. Oh, I have the ability to grab. Look at the animation on that. That's impressive frames of animation. A new energy tank. Nice. It feels like those energy tanks give you a huge boost in health. Bastard. Grab that. Damn it. Alright, have I used up all my missiles yet? I'm quite bad at kind of dodging any attacks, apparently. Oh, I can actually shoot it at this point. Alright, it's going to die shortly. That's it, that's dead now. That's the power-up. It looks hideous. Morph ball ability recovered. Press twice to morph. I've got a feeling sometimes you absorb abilities and it turns out it's like a trap and you shouldn't have done it. Nope. Well, I've got the morph ball now, so got that going for me. Can I do it straight in? Yeah. Eventually, you probably get a morph ball jump ability, and then there's a... For some reason, you just can't not big morph ball the whole time. Didn't give me the bombs though, did it? Idiot boy. That's like a staple. You get the morph ball, then you get the morph ball bombs. Then if it's feeling really generous, like double jump. Wait, there's a dead body there. We should really do something about that. Also, you realise how hench Samus is when you see that normal human next to her. I don't actually have a task at the minute, do I? I should probably go back to a nav room. It's a weird gameplay choice that you don't have a radio. My instinct is to go to the one on the left here. It's more central and likely closer to my next objective. Or they wanted you to go to the one you went to last, because it's more linear at this point. Who was right? Talk to me, Adam. What have you got for me? Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X Parasites. Sector 1, SRX, shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR38 ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Use the nav room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. So if you're not aware, basically, I think what happened was when they removed portions of Samus's suit... I'm dying in here, I need to leave. When they removed portions of her suit, the X like copied her remaining DNA and creates Samus X, which is an evil version of Samus with all of her souped up powers and none of her weaknesses, maybe. Elevators, always awesome. And it's a terrifying enemy. slow moving, built like a tank, and always uses up like the powered up shit. Look, it's evil. Got the screw attack, super missiles. It just fucking destroys shit. We probably get that upgrade at some point. We can't do that. And the best thing is, whenever there's a cutscene involving that damn thing, it's always like it's right next to you. Like if you were a second slower going through a door or whatever, it would be on you. Obviously it wouldn't, that's not how the game's set up, but bugger me if it isn't just an awesome thing. To build that kind of suspense and terror in a GBA game is a genuinely impressive feat. Okay, we've got the map. Scans in a very cool fashion. The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It'll be totally unusable for some time. Unfortunately, some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful, certainly not human. Am I human in this? I'll report when I know more. Now, listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmosphere stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to their needs. They're already reporting... No, read that wrong. What is it? Reproducing. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. Yep. Where are they though? They're not marked on the map. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I've got it in my head that Metroid and F-Zero are in the same universe. I'm not sure if that's actually based... I think there might have been an Easter egg where Samus's ship is just in an F-Zero game, or not even an Easter egg. Or is it because Falco's a bounty hunter or something? Anyway, I've got it in my head that they're in the same universe, and then added to that, I've got it that that Star Fox is also in that universe. Killed that without it even existing. All right. Turn and shoot, love. Turn and shoot. Alright. Alright, so my missiles just disappeared off screen. That's good to know. Oh, we're in a Zeb's environment. That's a power up in there. I want that. I bet it's morph ball bombs. Atmospheric stabilizer online. 4 units still malfunctioning. Oh, that's the atmospheric stabilizer. Oh, yeah. See, look. It stabilized the atmosphere. Which apparently means just getting rid of the fog. Fuck all of you. Does that turn into a spear and drop on me? Nope. Almost. You notice it didn't exist until I failed to pick up the things. Controls aren't great. I can't aim up and move. Fuck off. Because there's no experience for killing enemies or money. All you get is energy, really. So it's in this one, if I kill an enemy and don't grab its shit, it's not really dead. Makes for an interesting do I kill it or not mechanic. Grab everything, just grab it all. I'm glad that you can pick up these pickups before they've really started to exist. That'd be a pain in the arse otherwise. You have to wait for them to stop flashing. Alright, yep. Alright, yep. Give me your goods. Drop down, do it. Not gonna worry about them. They'll be fine on their own. So you got F-Zero, which, as far as I know, all the F-Zero games didn't really have much in the way of a story, outside of like the game's instruction booklets. Except, I think F-Zero GX had like a full-on story mode, and therefore had to have certain amounts of world building and exposition. I don't know any of it, and it's one of those gaps in Nintendo that I would like to I would like to study further, but alas, poor Yorick, I can't. Space pirates. Is that what they're called? It is, isn't it? They are the space pirates. Okay. You know, eventually we're going to get an ability that allows us to just wade into this lava. But, you know, not today. And probably not within the scope of this video series. See, there are people who have to, like, get all the power-ups and probably know where they all are and shit. Like missile pickups and that. I'm not one of those people. I'll look around, I'll find them, you know, if they're about or whatever, but I'm not following a guide for them. Crab battle. Seems pretty generous with missile upgrades, so I'm actually going to use them instead of my usual technique of refusing to touch any of them. These enemies are in the background. It's weird. In fact, oh, that's it. Yeah, they're in the background. No, they're still in the background. It's just they're different ones being picked up. How weird. I really like that little tiny change in her arm cannon when you switch to missiles. It just sort of folds open. Just cool. I'd like to see that in like a excessively Transformers Michael Bay-esque version, like real live action. I was gonna call it real action then. That's not right. There's 4 of these atmospheric converters, isn't there? Yeah, look at the strength there. Oh, there's one more. I don't know, I was getting 4 from. Alright. 1 survival, managed to attack the whole lot. I'm at 84 energy. I feel like that number is subtly decreasing. I'm not even going to kill that wall crab. Oh, you fucker. You were going to live. Although, I don't know if damaging really has any kind of effect on them. They don't... I mean, the whole X thing, they're barely alive as it is. No. Thing is, I can kill from a distance, but unless I can get to their pickup, there's not really much point to it. I must say, this game's really good. The thing is, Metroidvanias are kind of in vogue for indie gaming at the minute, aren't they? They're 10 a penny, one could say. When you go back and play, like, you know, a proper one, or when a proper one comes out, like SteamWorld Dig, you realise, yeah, it's not that easy of a thing to do. It takes a certain amount of skill to get it right. And there's a reason, you know, Metroidvanias are half Metroid and half Castlevania. Give it here! Stop flashing! No. I was thinking it couldn't, because I was stood where it was trying to spawn, it couldn't do it. I was incorrect in this assumption. Right, can I jump and grab? Yes. She comes pre-equipped with that ability. They're nice like that. You know, normally they'd make you grab that, but shoot twice, haven't I? There we go. I really want the morph ball bombs. I'm yet to be in a situation where I've needed them. It's just quality of life, isn't it? But then time-wise, you know what? We'll call that a part 1. I'll do at least 2 parts on this. Maybe until the Samus X appears again. Either way, that was part 1. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.